Hi friends. It is currently the end of the year of 2024, and so I thought I would film an updated pin collection video. And y'all, I have kind of a lot of pins. This is fine. As of this moment, there is one other pin that I want, like a specific pin that I've been thinking of and want to buy. And there are some of these pins that, while I may love them, I want to sell. Or maybe some of them I don't even love. I have these 3 pins, which I'm not even including as part of my collection. But let's get going. Some of these pins are inked, so I put them in here though. Whatever, I just organized them right now. Let's start with this because it doesn't fit anywhere. This is the Moonman, or I think they're called Mahjong now, but mine says Moonman Q1, I believe it is. On Amazon, it's described as Little Fat Man. Love that name. This will hold easily like a full sample vial worth of ink. I write with it like this, which I think most people wouldn't do. You can put the back on there. It's ridiculous. I hardly ever use it, but it's just funny. Oh, there is one more pin that I didn't get. I'm going to pause this. Okay. I paused and that took no time for you. But anyway, so first pin, Moonman Q1. I replaced the nib on this, I believe, and put a medium, but I can't read that right now. Next up is a pin that was a gift from a friend. And it comes in this box. The pin itself is fine. It's not great, but he engraved my internet name on it. And that is the sweetest thing ever. So this basically lives on my desk to remind me how awesome my friend is. Right, Pete? You're awesome. You're doing great. Then I'm going to move this and we'll go through here. This is a Galen leather 40 pin thing in the, I don't know, oceany color. I bought this last year at the San Francisco Pin Show because when I saw this color, I gasped and I loved it. This holds all of my TWSBIs. There are a couple. And some other pins. So I have 3 TWSBI Go, 1 in each of the colors. So clear, smoke, and sapphire. I have 2 broads and a medium. If I recall right, it's 2 broads and a medium, but I may not remember that right. I switched them around at one point. I love these for shimmers, and just because they are like, they're so satisfying to empty the ink out of. This is the Moonman M1, M2, I don't know. It's got an M in it. I bought this when I started at my current company. I replaced the nib. It's got a medium nib on it now. I don't write with this one a lot. I think in part because when you hold it and this warms up, it bloops. Not the best. These are the pins that I'm thinking I might divest myself of. If you're interested in any, let me know. This is the Pilot Kakuno. Probably got an M. I don't like it at all. It's too fine a point. My Kara's Custom Fountain K1. I don't know the number. I love this. I have 2 of them though, and the nib is too fine. I was supposed to reach out and see if they could get me a bigger nib. Maybe I'll do that. It's a great pin, to be clear. I love it, but I don't know that I want 2 of them. Although every time I hold it, I'm like, I like this pin. This one, I think I'm going to keep because I bought a bunch of these shark pins and gave them to coworkers, and this is the last one, and I kept it for myself. They don't They have hooded nibs now, and this one doesn't. I'm pretty sure that says fine, so maybe I could replace that, but this is just like I'm keeping it for sentimental reasons at this point, and it's cute. Oh gosh, I just cracked it. Well, good job, Maria. Definitely keeping it now. I'll just glue it. It's fine. I put it in this way because the other way, it just falls out. Whatever. This is a Jacques Herbin pen that I got when I was visiting a friend. The pen is meh at best, but it writes, and it reminds me of a friend. This is my Nemosine pen. I don't remember the name of it or the model. The nib is really pretty, but it's too fine. So I was thinking of letting it go because they are good nibs and somebody might like it. And a coworker knocked the clip off. My Pilot Metropolitan. It's probably an EF because Reddit would tell everyone that they needed like a Japanese extra fine. Turns out I don't. Reddit, you're wrong. Anyway, the pen is pretty, but I don't really like the rounded ends. However, it might be the first fountain pen I bought. So I have feelings about that, but I'm thinking of getting rid of it. Anyway, closed. That hides the shame. Is that shame? No. Then we have TWSBI Eco Collection. So, I don't remember what size nibs these are, except for this. The lilac is a fine. I hate it. Very dry writer. And this guy, this is my newest one, also kind of a dry writer. Don't love it. So we have the Sapphire, Transparent Blue, Cerulean, I don't remember what this is called, light blue, sky blue, something like that. It's new. The Eco Tea in Mint. This is the newest one in Amazonite. Transparent Purple, Eggplant, Lilac, Glow Purple, Black, Pink, this is extra fine, Rosso, 2 in clear. One's the tea. The other is the regular, has a 1.1 stub. And I have my Diamond 580 in Iris. I have 2 minis, one in Mint, one in Grape. And I have the VAC 700R in Iris. I would like a mini in Iris, please. TWSBI, please. Look it. There's a hole right here. It needs it. Need being a subjective term. Then we have this side here. These have some like really great pins, but I don't have room for them in the box. And I might have to like rearrange them as my whimsy takes me. So this is a vintage pen. I think this is the Wall Eversharp Doric Jr. It has a great nib. Might actually see this. I want to sell. It's beautiful. It writes wonderfully. I never reach for it because I don't like gold hardware and I don't love the green. And I would like someone who will reach for it because it's a wonderful pen. I have 2 Kaweco Sport. This is the Toyama Teal. This is the Frosted Coconut. This I put a double broad nib in, I think. What are you? That was just some paper. My Kaweco Perkeo in clear. I love this pen. This would be the pen I would probably give to somebody who wanted to use fountain pens. It writes so well. Now, immediately I replaced the nib. I put a bigger nib on it as a medium. But I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And I love that it has a clear feed because I think it can help you understand how fountain pens work. Sorry about all the autofocus, whatever. This is my Piper Trading Co. Second Empire. I have the music nib on this, which is a ridiculous nib. Impractical. Like it though. That one's inked, so I'm just going to leave it over there. This is my Faber-Castell Hexo. This writes nicely. you know, I kind of wanted like, okay, I had a whole German pen area going on. Now there's a bunch here. But anyway, my platinum place here in Black Mist. I don't love the roundedness, but I wanted to try it. This is in a 0.5. Yeah, this is fine. I don't actually think it writes as well as my Preppy, which is like a disappointment because the Preppy is far less expensive. Far less. I mean, they're still both pretty inexpensive. This is a Jinhao X750 in Shimmering Sands because I wanted a sparkly pen. I replaced the nib in this. This is now a broad. I should use this. It has a nice heft to it, you know? And great cap sound. Then we come to the 2 pins my boss gave me that I love. This is from a whiskey barrel or a wine barrel. I can never remember. Kit pen. This is ridiculous. It's kind of one of the reasons I don't use it is because that's so short. But this is very satisfying. It's a magnet. And this was a Kickstarter. It's the Still Form Cosmos. There's a pink color. I replaced the nib. I put a broad, I think, titanium nib on here. I like it, but I don't know if you can see that. The finish is like coming away and it's rusted. But this is also magnetic. Also fun. This is like a good fidget that probably annoys other people if you care about such things. I'm just going to take out the inked pens while we're here so I don't forget. Hopefully that's all of them. Can't believe I cracked that pen. Ugh, Maria. Don't know my own strength. Okay, now we come to the wooden box my partner gave me for my birthday. I'm going to just take some drawers out. We'll do it this way. This is the bottom drawer. This was the like Japanese Asian themed drawer. No longer. Basically, these don't have themes anymore. So my Platinum 3776 in Nice Pure. I like this, but the nib is, I'm not reaching for it. It's a medium, but you know, Japanese medium, and it's really stiff. I don't know. Let's zoom in. Move that out of the way. It's a gorgeous pen, though. So I waffle on if I should keep it. Sailor Pro Gear. I have this with a broad nib. I like it all right. It's pretty, but I don't know if I want to keep it because I have a different Pro Gear that I like more. My Le Bon Skeleton Rainbow Skeleton, whatever. I wanted to replace this nib, and I went at the San Francisco Pen Show. They're like, oh, you just pull it out. Oh my gosh, wait, I got it to work. Y'all do not understand the number of times I tried to pull out this nib and failed. Well, I'm going to like this pen a whole lot more now because I can replace the nib. So I'm leaving this out, and we're going to replace the nib on this. So exciting. This was like, I bought this so that I didn't buy the exceptionally expensive, is it the Visconti that makes it, or Waterman? Anyway, they make a rainbow skeleton that's gorgeous, and I still love it. But the Le Bon is far less expensive, and so I got that one. My Benu Euphoria in Rose Tea. This writes really nicely. It took everything in me to not also buy pink champagne. The color pen, not like actual pink champagne. That wouldn't require much effort. Here is my Benu Grand Scepter. The color is, I don't know, 10, 11, or 12. This glows in the dark. The pink parts do. I I like this pen. It writes really nicely. It's juicy. It's, in fact, this writes better than the Euphoria. It writes the worst of all of my Benu. It's kind of disappointing in that regard, but it's pretty. This was my birthday pen to myself last year. The Benu Talisman in Edelweiss. Broad nib. The other Grand Scepter's medium. I like this. This was before they were doing cap bands that matched, but the reason I liked this is because there was black in the pour, so it didn't stand out. Now they have some that have like matching cap bands. I far prefer that. And then I have two Franklin Christoph pens, if we don't include the Piper Trading Co. one. I have a model 45 in Salmon Glow and 46 in Blue Diamond Cast. This friendo has a broad sig nib. And this, I don't know, broad, medium. It has a that size nib. I can't read it. You probably can. I like these, but I picked this up and the cap was just like loose. I had to tighten it. And that is a recurring theme, and the pens therefore have hard starts. Don't love that. Then my Walltown Lumley that I look up the color every time and then I forget. This I think has darkened over time, this clear part, but I still like this pen. It's still not my absolute favorite resin. So I sometimes think of not keeping it, but I do love this pen. It's got a good size section and blah, blah, blah. There's a Little Pen Designs pen in Candy Nougat with the purple cap. I like this one too. However, I had to go in here with these tiny jeweler's files because the threads were such that it was hard to screw the cap on and off. So that was a disappointment. But it's so cute. I kind of wonder, like, would I have preferred a different cap color? He made it in a pink and a teal and a yellow, and I'm wondering if I would have liked the pink or the teal more. But this is cute and I like it. Here we have from Peyton Street Pens and Ranga, the Miwok 2. This is an ebonite pen, and when I got it, it smelled like tires. The whole thing, the feed is ebonite. It is great. I love this pen. And you can, if you want, you can put silicone and have this be eyedropper. That's not my jam. I like changing the color of my inks, but if you want, if you don't like that, this holds a bunch of ink and it writes really well because of that ebonite feed. And also just, yeah. And the Miwok are a local people, indigenous group. I don't know if they call themselves a tribe. Drawer 2. Or drawer 1, because there's 2 drawers. So this is the first. Here we are. I feel like something is going weird with my recording. And I am apologizing in advance if it is. Like the camera feels like it's cutting off over here. Anyway, so this was my German drawer. And it actually is, except for like 2 here. We'll switch. There. Let's examine these. So this, if the Pilot Metropolitan was not my first pen, then this was. It was one of these 2. So this is a Lamy Vista. I think, yeah, this has a medium nib on it, a black one. I bought it. I like this pen. It writes really nicely. Then 2 other Lamys. This is my only Lamy All-Star. This has a broad nib. It's the Vibrant Pink, if I recall. At the very least, that's the name of the ink that came with it. Here is a Safari and Petrol. And this has the left-handed nib, which I like. I got this in the UK in a W.H. Smith. Here we have the beloved Lamy 2000. This pen is great. It's so good. Some people are like, oh, is it worth the money? Yeah, I think so. This pen is amazing. It kind of looks like maybe I need to clean out the cap though. Anyway, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is all, you know, here, let's screw that down. There. It looks better now. The aesthetics are amazing. And I have two Lamy Studios. Secondhand from Peyton Street Pens. The Piano Black with a 14 karat gold medium nib. Adore this pen. This has got to be one of my top 5 of the year. And the Aquamarine. This has a medium nib too. Unless I changed it. It had a different size and I put a medium. And I love this as well because Aquamarine's my birthstone, but also I like this color. It looks a lot like the Pelikan Edelstein ink in Aquamarine, neither of which look like actual aquamarines. My Pelikan M605 in the black tortoiseshell. I like this. I don't reach for it very much. I think the nib is stiffer than I prefer. It's inked right now, though. I think it won't. I should ink it with a juicier ink. Here, the Pelikan M205 in Moonstone. This one I felt like I slept on, and then somebody was like, "Oh, but the shimmer in it is holographic." And it's beautiful, so I finally had to do it. Plus, it was a good price. My Kaweco Sport in this light blue. I don't remember. Mellow blue. My partner gave this to me for my birthday. I love it. I think it has a medium nib. I should switch it to a broader one. My other Care Customs Fountain K1 in blue. This I think has the aluminum. Yeah. Tumbled aluminum section. I like this. Again, I need to see about getting a bigger nib. My Monte Grappa Zero in ultra black. I wanted a Monte Grappa because their nib design is gorgeous. I like how this pen is shiny with some brushed accents. Over time, almost certainly, these will become unbrushed, though. And then also, look, though, I'm pretty gentle with my pens, but this one has a thing on it. But that's okay, because I use my pens. That happens, you know? And then, does this come out of here? No. The top shelf of my pen case. This is like the ones I can see because it's glass. Put this to the side. So you might guess that these are some of my favorites. And you are correct. Here we have, in no particular order really, my Walltown Watts in Peacock Plume. This is my, joking of course, Manda made me do it pen. She got something in this resin, as I recall, and I saw it in her video and I thought, ooh, I want that. I don't know if it'll come across on the camera, but the resin is sort of pinky purple if viewed in one direction, and a bluey teal in the other. Like, you may have seen cars with paint like this. I love it. And I love the Walltown pens that I own. Then my Newton Pins Prospector. I think this isn't a glow stick color. This part glows. I want another Newton Pins pen. I like this a lot. I like his attention to detail. The nibs, I had another pen by him that I gave to a friend because it was clearly meant to be his pen. They wrote incredibly well. He tuned them really well. And I love this prospector design especially because it goes from triangular to your normal cylinder back to triangular. I have it so that this part lines up. It means that like the flat side here goes to pointy side there. I love it. Anyway, this is a pen from the Eaten Apple. A Philosopher, I think, is the model in, I don't know, Twisted Cherry Blossom, maybe. I wanted a pink pen, and this was that one. It's pretty. Here we have Little Pen Designs pen in, I don't know, some kind of abalone. I mean, not actual abalone, but I like this pen. You know, flat tops, flat bottoms, my jam. Just give me a stick of resin, basically. Polish it and like let me write with that. Although this is, if I'm not mistaken, it does taper slightly, which is really nice. Then this year's purchase from one of this year's purchases from the San Francisco Pen Show. This is from Carolina Pen Company. The Charleston model. I didn't ask what resin this was. I've looked on the site and haven't seen it. Because the thing is, did I care what the name of the resin is? No, because I was getting the pen. This one, I believe I put my journaler nib on that I got from Gina Salarino at the show. Love this so much. Walltown Cattsburg. I also always forget the name of this resin. This was my first Walltown. Still love it. Blues and purples, what's not to love? This one I put my Monarch nib in. I love this nib. I should ink this pen. Or put the nib in something else and use it. Here we have, I gotta show these. Should I? I'll show this first. This is a Woodshed Pen Co. who I believe stopped making pens. I again, flat, short, stubby, adore. This is a Jonathan Brooks resin in Mermaid Tears. Remember that because last year's SF Pen Show purchase from Carolina Pen Company is this Charleston in Mermaid Tears. I didn't know the name of this. I bought it, paid for it, and then I'm like, oh, what's the name of this color? Mermaid Tears. So I have two in the same. And Wendy Sue, Fountain Pen News, just made a video, why would I get two of the same? Well, first off, these may be the same, but they don't really look the same. Also, the difference between how something looks when polished and how something looks when it's more satin is pronounced. And also, because I'm consistent in what I like. Hello. Here we have a fraught purchase. This was not a smooth sailing. However, this has got to be one of my top 5 of the year. I dropped it, and I think there's a thing on the cap now. Well, I say I dropped it. It like fell. Maybe not, though. I think it just came off. Anyway, this is a Visconti Kaleido in the Unicorn Galaxy, maybe it's called. And when I got it, there was a problem. I had to send it away. The retailer was unresponsive. Somebody asked about this. And so I thought I'd show it to you. I think they viewed it as like a defect. I don't think it's a defect. I think it's just the way it is. But you can see that you get ink up in here. And this happens with basically all of my light colored pens. It's not unique to this. It'd be nice if a pin at this price point that didn't happen, but whatever. I love this pen. It's got a nice heft and that capping mechanism. Anyway. We're near the end here. Here we have my Santini Libra in the 5th Avenue color. Always looks more blue on here than it actually is. This is like, to me, this is a pretty solidly, like, I would call this greenish. Medium nib. I love this pen. Love it. I kind of like would love to have one of their Nonagons or their Michelangelos or whatever, one of their faceted pens, but I don't need it. Another top pen of the year, my Sailor Pro Gear in Imperial Black, which I got for a song from Amazon Japan. I don't like buying on Amazon, but the price difference between what you could get there and how you get it in the US, because the US importer marks it up so much, upsets me. Like, we're talking hundreds, more than twice the price in the US. So here we are. I love this pen. It with the cartridge it came with was like one of the best writing experiences ever, to the point where I almost want to just keep that going. And then the final pen, also a top 5. I should just make a video of those. I will. Is this pen from Mayfair Pens. I didn't ask the model name. Go to Mayfair Pens website and you'll see the one that looks like this. It's that model. I love this pen so much. It's so pretty. It writes so well. I keep inking it up because it's just so fun. Right now it's inked. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So that is my current 2024 pin collection. Bonus with my currently inked pins. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you want me to do some top 5s like Simona has. I've been thinking about what would my top 5 pins of the year be, and would that be different from my top 5 pins purchased this year? Should those be different things? I'm not sure, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. And I kind of got some grief last time I made one of these videos. Maybe it's worth stating. I have had fountain pens since at least 2016. This many pins was not the work of 1 year or 2 years. This is, what is this, 8 years now? So yeah, I have a lot of pins. And you know what? It's okay. I'm allowed to have this many pins if I want them. And you're allowed to have only one pin if you want. We're all cool. We can all do our thing. Anyway, I hope whenever you're watching this, you're having a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Bye.